Sigla. Ok, pronte? Accendo i microfoni, silenzio.
All right, that's awesome.
Yeah, that opening is like, wow.
You're just always
Really?
excited for it.
Absolutely, and I have spent the entire week watching all Marvel's Phase 2 for probably the 15th time.
Yeah, same.
I mean, they're so awesome. I could watch them all over and over again.
So let's not just get ahead of ourselves.
Yes.
This is Out of Cast, your program completely in English. So awesome, and everything
talk
about
about-
movies and stuff. And today we're gonna talk about the second phase of Marvel Cinematic Universe. Just
Marvelous. This is marvelous. We can say
this is
that.
huge.
Immense.
Huge.
Wonderful. Oh my god, that's great.
This huge, awesome multiverse
Sembra io
called
che mi
Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Absolutely. So,
So last week we started to talk about the MCU, starting in 2008 when Iron Man started this huge thing, you know.
awesome. I mean, a brand new type of movie, we can say, sort of.
Yes.
Like, you know, and a suit, like, full of weapon. I loved it. I like weapons and like things exploding all over the place, holding stuff.
And then comes along the Hulk the
Yeah.
same year. Then we're jumping to 2010 with Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
And then in 2011 we had two movies. First Thor and then Captain America the First Avengers.
Absolutely.
The first Avenger, sorry. And at the end we conclude the phase 1 with this huge movie that changed the world.
Exactly.
Which is called The Avengers! And it's so awesome and oh my god, it's huge. It's just too big.
I'm so excited. Okay, let's talk about phase 2.
Sometimes I don't even mean it. It takes a little while.
Oh my god! È molto triste perché ha scelto questo? No? Ha scelto Marco. Ah, ok. Allora buttiamo il computer.
Hi, back on Out of Cast, where we are talking about Marvel Phase 2, MCU's Phase 2. So, the second movie we're talking about right now is Thor: The Dark World, released in 2013. The thing is, first of all, I would like them to start putting numbers because I always get lost when it's just names. I mean, I like that old-fashioned, like, Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3. It's easy, like Thor and then Thor the Dark World and then Thor I don't know what. It can be confusing. But so, on that second opus, what happens? It gets, like, super weird. You have
Super silly.
Exactly. So you have Thor coming back to Earth to save Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
Because she ingested sort of something called ether, which is a like red thing, bubble, like flying in the air.
Dark magic, dark.
Exactly. And so, oh my god, it reminds everybody like the old black dark elves, and they want to take it back because it is their absolute weapon.
Yeah.
So like everybody arrives on the planet of Thor, which
Asgard.
is Asgard.
Yeah.
Thank you,
They all
It's
go
like,
to
what is-
Asgard, yes.
Exactly, and it's like fantastic, and I wanted
It's
to see that
beautiful.
so much. I mean, I wanted to see like
They gotta build it.
outfits, etc., etc. Yeah, absolutely. They built it, but it was like special effects as well, mostly.
No, they gotta build it in because MCU is Marvel Studios is now for Disney, right?
Yeah.
Now, have you thought about that? Maybe Disney should build these words of MCU.
Yeah, it's
It
super
would be
impressive.
awesome.
But I mean, it would require maybe too much money. They have to at least arrive at the end of the
But they have.
MCUs. They already have a lot of money. That's true. But
That's
so yes,
Disney.
like boom, boom everywhere, and Loki's back, and it's like a new alliance between like Loki and his brother, and they're so like, yeah, let's fight together, and then they betray each other because that's what happens.
Let's just trust Loki, who
Exactly.
betrayed me several times, and
Exactly.
what the stuff he did in Battle of New York, and blah blah blah.
Yeah, so it's like 100% schizophrenic and silly, let's say.
And for directing this movie, Kenneth Branagh was withdrew from this project.
Oh.
So
No,
they
you're out.
considered, they considered two people, Brian Kirk, but the second one might be familiar. How?
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 I don't know. How?
The
Tell me.
director of Wonder Woman, DC versus Marvel.
Oh, I
again.
like that too.
The director of Wonder Woman, Patty Jenkins, was considered also for directing this movie.
Yeah, it would have been decent.
But due to creative differences, she left. It came for Tyler. He was hired, Alan Tyler. He was hired for the job of directing this movie, and the script is also written by Christopher Yost and Stephen McFeely and Christopher Marcus. So 3%.
Ooh.
We
can feel it.
They have written a script 3%, and you can feel that the script is. I wouldn't say it's rubbish or it's bad, but
Yeah,
it's pretty
it's-
much bad.
I mean, yeah, you don't understand what's going on, but you have things going
The
on.
characters
and-
are just there,
Exactly.
and even the like Anthony Hopkins is awesome in acting. He's a god in acting, but he's just there shouting at everybody,
Yeah.
and it just doesn't make sense at all.
I agree.
And all those Thor's friends, they are just totally forgettable, and when the credits are rolling, you don't even remember them at all, except for Lady Sif. She's
cute, but it's kind of sad. I mean, I was like,
Yeah.
I mean, you cannot get the god.
And
sorry,
I'm
he was
heading
the
to
human.
a spoiler alert zone
Whoopsie.
here, yeah. If you don't know, the scene where Frigga's death and funeral scene is
Yeah.
actually a
It's breathtaking. I agree.
beautiful scene. One of my favorite scene of this movie, which is not a very good movie, but anyways. And the action scenes are very well choreographed. So at the end, it has 66% on Rotten Tomatoes. And maybe not that bad, but not that good. But it was well received among the fans, grossing over 644 million worldwide.
See?
Ma poi vuoi mettere questa canzone mentre ti guarda?
Ah.
E così.
Yeah, no. Nice try, but it won't happen.
Okay.
Oh, ok, cool. È il preservativo, è importante. Sì.
Moving on to Captain America Winter Soldier in 2014. This time I wasn't wrong.
Yeah, good.
So it is directed by Anthony and Joe Russo, and it became just suddenly and all of a sudden and
Very suddenly.
instantly and
Yeah.
you get it. It became one of the most admired movies of Marvel since the very beginning because it was so awesome. It was so
Yeah,
freaking
it's
cool
true.
and all. And it's written all over again with Christopher Marcus, Stephen McFeely, and it's surprisingly awesomely written, don't you think? I mean,
Yeah, I agree, because you have action, you have like the scenario, you have the plot, you have the like visual,
Yes.
you have the characters. It's like a full, complete, awesome movie.
and has a major influence in the Winter Soldier was conspiracy fiction from the 70s.
Ooh, I like that.
Caught back from 3 Days of the Condor, written by Ed Brubaker.
And so to talk about conspiracy fictions, we could also and even say that it's almost a political thriller. I mean, MCU is taking a very political sort of character.
Yeah.
Because if we check that opus, for example, that episode, you have the shield supposed to protect everyone from every extraterrestrial or like even like terrestrian aggression
Within the Earth.
exactly
Yes.
on Earth aggression, and it has actually been taken undercover by Hydra, which is like the very like
corrupted within.
It's the dark side of the shield, and so it's like holy fuck. I mean, it is a national agency, and it's like controlled by bad guys. And then you can have like a wink nudge to what happened to NSA, because if I say Edward Snowden,
yes,
I mean, do you recall something? Is it ringing a bell? Because indeed, that's what he did for NSA.
For me, totally.
Like he released the entire secrets of the agency, and that's what's the team, Captain America, Black Widow, and like the other people, I don't really know the exact name because they never say it, are doing. They're releasing it to end that thing, and even if it signs the end of their secret, their own.
Yes, they're sacrificing their own privacy and secrets. So yeah. The movie is presented in present day and reality. It's a bit heavier and darker in comparison to other Marvel movies, but there are still some cute and funny little moments.
I agree.
Especially
it's
when
full of humor.
Yes, some new characters are added to this opus. One of them being Falcon.
I like him.
The guy is just a normal dude.
Exactly.
But he's just so cool having him around.
Yeah.
And all.
I mean, he runs one field when like Captain America and Stan and saying all the time like, on your left, on your left. Don't say it again. It's totally like, I like
Don't
it.
you say it. Don't you say it.
Exactly.
That scene was awesome.
Exactly. And then
we have Winter Soldier, who is an old friend, if you remember him from the first Captain America, the first movie. With the name of Bucky Barnes. Which now we will...
he's hot. I like him.
With that hair. Awesome hair.
I know, hair.
Yes.
Like long hair. So sexy.
Played by Sebastian Stan. He is presumed dead, but we will find out in this movie that he's not and stuff, and he's brainwashed,
happening.
taken by Hydra and blah blah blah. So
and they have developed as well the character of Black Widow, because she has a sort of flirt with Captain America, and for the sake of their mission, it's awesome because they actually complete themselves. You have like the patriot, the very straightforward, honest Captain America, Steve, and then you have like the very secret / spy-ish, because she has been raised like that, and we start to understand that
she's
some
a cool
explanations.
character here. I like her a lot,
and so that's what we got.
So not to miss here, but obviously the movie was nominated for visual effects in Academy Awards, and also very well received by critics, scoring 89% on Rotten Tomatoes and grossing over 14 million in worldwide box office.
We were good
I'm
at that
managing it.
You're totally
Fucking
managing it. You're so cool.
Give me this one.
Yeah, I'm so terrible at it. I'm incapable of doing that.
Fucking finally! I'm managing this.
Yeah. Because we have always like, we know you start talking about like Rotten Tomatoes, and then you have the time to say the numbers, and it's gone. So it's perfect. I'm gonna sneeze. Here we come again on Out the Cast.
Out of cast.
Yeah.
Come on, it's our
That's exactly what I say. That's what I said. You
that's
didn't pay attention.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
obviously.
And so now we're going to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy 2014. So, the design, visual, I mean, we can say it's stunning. Like, visually.
It's awesome.
It's awesome. It's a new type. I mean, Marvel Cinematic Universe is opening to a new universe because it's in a new universe, but also a brand new universe of
something
story.
we haven't seen before
Exactly,
in MCU.
of story, of environment where the characters are evolving.
Yep.
It's like very colorful, very joyful, and at the same time it made me think about Star Wars, I have to admit. Because you cannot not see the sort of
Bless you.
the sort of connection that we can see. I mean, the main character calls himself Star-Lord, because he just lost his mother and he was taken out of Earth, and his mother called him Star-Lord, and it's very and there's no coincidence. James Gunn, who is the director, is from a very like new generation of very creative like directors, and he was along with Rian Johnson and Gareth Edwards. He was enrolled by J.J. Abrams to work on the new Star Wars like series. So I mean, it cannot be a coincidence. I don't think so.
Not.
And so yeah, actor speaking, you have Peter Quill, aka Chris Pratt, the actor, and he has to form a sort of alliance with other inmates in a galactic prison to escape and save the world and the galaxy. Aha, what a name! I mean, it's very well chosen, I believe. And so we meet two bad guys, Ronan, and like the boss of Ronan, who is
Thanos.
Exactly. It's our first introduction to
purple
that
guy.
big mean person.
Which needs a Botox. Sorry to put that, but
I agree. He has some like serious wrinkles.
Botox. Yeah. Okay, so continuing with this awesome movie. This movie is actually the 10th movie in MCU and is, as we said, directed by James Gunn, and he co-wrote the screenplay along with Nicole Perlman. And Chris Pratt is the main role, as we said, but the fellow Guardians also are played by Zoe Saldana, Dave Bautista, Vin Diesel, and Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
As
what a team.
Yeah, awesome.
Exactly.
And Lee Pace also as Ronan, the villain. So, what is this movie? Inspired James Gunn to
Yeah,
make
because
this
you have to be
movie?
very inspired to make that sort of movie.
Okay, it's the Mass Effect video game series, Flash Gordon, Farscape, and obviously Star Wars.
Hey, as we said.
And let's say this is awesome. Joel Edgerton, Eddie Redmayne, and Peter. They auditioned for the role of Peter Quill,
Yeah.
as did Lee Pace, who
Oh.
also ended up being the villain.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but
I cannot be
another
the good guy. I'm gonna be the
also
bad guy.
Zachary Levi from Thor: The Dark World was auditioned for the role, and also Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I mean,
He also but at the end we know who ended up playing it. And for the role of Drax, this is awesome. Again, Marvel versus DC. Jason Momoa.
Marvel team.
Jason Momoa, who
Oh.
is now playing Aquaman.
Yeah, which is very, very strange to me, but yeah.
But it sounds awesome. The movie
does.
I've heard, it's really good this time. He was considered to play the Drax this time. So yeah, this movie was awesome and all, and but the movie went a bit over budget, ending up with $232 million. While they're estimated it would end with 170.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
like
just
a big
too
yeah.
much. Yeah.
But
But
it was a safe bet. I mean,
yes, it grossed over 773 million and 91% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's actually awesome.
And actually they had also best visual effect and best makeup and hairstyle.
How
Impressive.
cool it must be.
Sorry for that. Wait. Thank you so much. Sì, R3 Roma Tre Radio. And moving to Avengers Age of Ultron.
Ooh.
Like to come back, not a number, but a name. Again. That's my worst nightmare. And so it was released in 2015. And the story is quite simple. you have all of the team.
Yes.
They're having a party. At one point, like Tony Stark has a different way of perceiving what a party is, apparently, because he decides to create an artificial intelligence so intelligent that it actually wants to save humanity. The only problem is calculating what to do to save humanity. He comes up to the point when he understands that killing the entire humanity is the only way for it to change and become like better.
Wow,
So
what a
it's actually
nice
impressive.
way.
Exactly. And so to come back to that very like political sort of idea that you can see in Avengers, like the fear that an AI will at
We
one
can
point
see it.
yes, like an AI, yes, that's, yeah, AI, sorry, I always like make it up.
No,
mix it
AI
up.
is...
AI,
yeah.
and it's gonna like take the power at one point, and we will become like sort of slaves, is actually already in place in some places in the world, because you can find in some places in the US, for example, churches worshipping IA to protect themselves
AI.
in AI,
AI.
AI just in case it would they would arrive at one point, and they don't want to be slaves. They want to be like privileged slaves. So yeah, it's actually yeah. So that's a movie directed and written by Joss Whedon,
Yes.
aka the first Avengers director, and he wanted at first to include Captain Marvel and Spider-Man in that opus, but they didn't get the chance to complete everything in time, so they couldn't make it.
So the budget of this movie for making it, it's 365 million. Wow.
Wow.
Just wow.
I mean, it's like a new step
Just
into...
let that a second. Just let a second for that to sink in.
Yeah, just let the idea penetrate your brain.
It's the second most expensive film ever made. But the film generally received positive reviews with 75% on Rotten Tomatoes. This movie is so character-driven, just like the first one, except for the first one is just a bit of a better one.
And the first one was just like, we discovered all of that.
Yeah.
We discovered all the
So I have
characters
some
together.
issues with this one.
Yeah.
And the first one is, although they're trying to develop all the characters and relationships between them, one thing is not working at all. That's many fandoms know that, and that it's called shipping, when you like two characters being together. And when you don't like two characters being together, it's called no ship. And the relationship between Bruce Banner and Natasha Scarlett Johansson is actually a no ship. It's very no ship, and it doesn't work. The relationship is underdeveloped. It's so bad. I mean,
and you don't understand when it started or what's going on.
Yeah.
It's just, it comes out of nowhere.
Then there's another issue that Bruce Banner in the first Avengers says when he is turning in the Battle of New York. He's turning to Hulk. He says, "I'm always angry," and he turns into Hulk. So he has that under control. But here in this movie, it seems that they have forgotten that. That's a plot hole. That's an obvious plot hole.
Exactly.
And then came that scene when Scarlet Witch has messed up with his mind and he turns into Hulk, and then comes the Hulkbuster. Yes, that scene is so awesome and all, but makes zero sense to the plot.
That's
and
true.
except for the huge mass destruction, I mean,
But
what is that?
I mean, they needed it. It's part of the like special effect action action blowing.
I mean, I kind of give it to Ultron because he, as he said, he wants to eliminate the Avengers. They did a mass destruction because of a stupid fight between Hulk and Hulkbuster.
Yeah.
And it makes zero sense. And then that cave scene with Thor, which we think it's ridiculous, but then there's the point that we understand that it's not that ridiculous.
Yeah, when he wants to repenetrate his dream by sinking himself into a magic like source / pool.
So it's quite important, and also is channeling the next
exactly
next
episode,
movie of Thor. And then Quicksilver. Quicksilver is for X-Men.
He's like the super fast guy.
Yes, he is the super fast guy. He's awesome and all, but the X-Men we see the Quicksilver we see in Days of Future Past is way much cooler.
Yeah.
So yeah, here 20th Century Fox win the role.
Yeah, absolutely. They chose well the actor, I have to admit. Yes,
yeah,
that's true.
portraying the this one. So
Exactly.
yeah, mic drop.
And also, if we take another interesting point is the character of Scarlet Witch, because she's really impressive and the most like freaking weird, wonderful character.
It must be 3.5 minutes, and we talked 5 minutes.
That's fine. Oh, can I have some chips? Where? Masood!
Go out.
Where did you get those? Where did you get those?
Give me some chips and all. Wait for it. They're this awesome.
See.
All right. We're in 2015 talking about Ant-Man. This movie is concluding the second phase, but this movie sounds a bit silly, doesn't it?
It sounds very silly and very weirdy as well.
It's a movie that you can't think of, that this movie is actually concluding the second phase. I mean, unbelievable.
Yeah, exactly, because it sounds like a joke.
Yeah, exactly. But when you come to think of it, this character is actually, in some occasions, he jokes around, and it's so funny.
I mean, they
and
had
doing
to
some
give
awesome...
him like some deepness, because otherwise, if he's just a guy that can turn himself into something the size of an ant,
and
it's
leading the ants,
it's a bit not sufficient for the plot.
Yes.
So they managed to create something.
Yeah, they managed to develop the character beautifully,
Exactly.
in my opinion.
I agree.
So yeah,
It's impressive. So the story is quite simple. You have a guy who owns a suit that can turn you into an ant, like the size of an ant, like minimalize you. And he was sort of a hidden hero from the Cold War, haha, because it's American. And he would come like nowadays, and like an evil person working in a like scientific company has stolen or found back the serum that allows the guy to get smaller. And that's terrible. We have to like forbid that, because otherwise like the world is going to get crazy. And so that weapon is called the Yellow Jacket, a very, very, very small suit. And so he recruits a guy just outside of jail. He gives him his suit and say, okay, just deal with it. You're gonna be
you're
fine.
younger than me, so can you just try that out?
So you
for
can
me?
just like fly on ants and it's gonna be just fine. And so yeah, that's exactly what happens. It's just they fight and they win, because it's like Marvel Avengers movie cinematic universe.
Yeah. So how it come into development? This
Yeah,
movie?
absolutely. The development was very long, I have to admit, because it started like the idea arrived in April 2006.
Yes.
So we had Edgar Wright and Joe Cornish. They were supposed to direct and co-write the thing.
Yes.
But they wrote like 3 different scripts, not arriving to a point of
When
agreement.
Marvel approves.
Exactly.
Marvel
and so
didn't approve those.
due to
scripts.
literally creative differences, they quit at Marvel. They got out, and we have now that movie, which is due to Adam McKay, who scripted it with Paul Rudd and Peyton Reed.
Yeah, so the casting is also awesome. It's you have Michael Douglas as Hank Pym.
Yeah.
So cool. And also you have Michael Pena, who whenever he's on the scene, he stole it. Totally.
That's true, you just
you
see
will
him.
laugh your ass off when this guy is on screen.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's just so awesome. And then you have Evangeline Lilly playing the role of Hope Van Dyne, daughter of Hank Pym. And don't worry we are not forgetting Paul Rudd. This awesome
I mean, he
dude.
is the main
Yeah.
character.
So, and also shout out to David Dastmalchian, an Iranian American actor who is a friend of Michael Pena. and a team member, a quite important and funny one, gotta say.
I mean, we have to talk. He's Iranian, so we have to talk about him and say how awesome he is. I mean, it's normal.
So yeah, because I'm an Iranian. Of course, I will talk about an Iranian here. Your blue head here is an Iranian. Of course, I'm not gonna miss that.
Absolutely,
So,
that's your chance.
Yeah,
Go
the
for
movie
it.
is absolute joy. I mean,
That's true.
come on.
That's
the
true.
only weak about the
Weakness
only
of the-
weakness
yeah.
of this movie is the villain.
I agree. It's like very
It's
forgettable.
so very forgettable, so weak, so
And
cliche.
so cliche. Yeah, it's like sad.
And the balance between the humor, the scenes that have some humor, and then comes to scenes that are a bit more serious, it's not that well handled.
It's true. It's not that well balanced.
Yes.
And sometimes it jumps from one to the other.
But
and you
overall,
cannot
it's
stick
a
to the
good
story.
movie.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
totally worth your time. It does worth your time. Scoring 82% on Rotten Tomatoes and grossing 500 million worldwide.
It's like, where are you? Oh, it's raining, I think. That's so annoying.
Oh, I love Mumford and Sons. I love
Cool.
them. Yes.
David Ovet.
See, that's it. Louis,
Si, représente.
puoi sentirmi? No.
No. He doesn't care. Woo!
Lui era iraniano, sì. Era anche in Dark Knight. Sì, sì, sì. Aveva un piccolo ruolo nel team di Joker. Ah. Sì.
Nothing just happened.
So the Bluehead and Frenchie are back.
Yeah, hi guys.
In Out of Gas. You're hearing Out of Gas on Roma Tre Radio.
In English, as you can notice.
Yes. Pretty cool, right?
Pretty cool.
Okay, I'm here to talk about a serious stuff. A serious matter.
Oh my god, get ready, guys.
Something that connects all Marvel Cinematic Universe movies.
Ooh, it seems serious
Yeah.
indeed.
So, yeah. What are two most important things in this universe?
I
Or,
would
as I said, multiverse?
Multiverse? Multiple things then. Like small things, like sort of jewelry stuff.
Okay.
Colorful, shiny,
yeah.
and with a lot of power. That's what I would
So,
say.
the first thing is obviously Thanos, as we mentioned him before.
Yeah.
Because this Thanos, big villain guy.
So the guy who needs like
Yeah.
surgery because he has too many wrinkles in his like cheek.
Yeah, with
cheeks
purple
and-
skin and all.
Yeah.
We first see him in post-credit scene of the Avengers. Then we get to see him a bit more in the Guardians of the Galaxy. Where he's just sitting there at his throne.
And he's like
I mean,
flying
come on,
through.
dude, come on, get up, do something. For God's sake, dude.
No.
And he's ordering Ronan to bring him that artifact,
Yeah.
which holds a Power Stone. Now, what's a Power Stone? Hold on to your snacks, I will tell you. So, phase 2 came to an end with Ant-Man.
Already, yeah, Ant-Man, the crazy little jumping ant man.
And we already learned so much about this huge, vast
Exactly,
multiverse.
and there's so much more to actually learn. Considering
Yes.
Phase 2 is already like 6 movies,
Yes.
8 movies.
Each phase up to
Yeah.
I mean phase 1 and phase 2 each have had 6 movies.
Yeah,
But
Phase 3 is like the
next
climax.
Week,
Yeah.
Next week is gonna be
Amazing.
Yeah.
Marvelous.
We will talk about phase 3.
Yeah.
Which are just which will be more than 6 movies. We will try our best to cover them all of
All
them.
and like a deep way without
Yes.
actually losing.
And everything will start to make more sense and everything gets more intense, but interesting at the same time.
Exactly, it's going to be the climax of our journey into MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe. Absolutely.
Yep.
And for that program today, I would like to warmly thank
And give a shout out.
Exactly, the sound director Francesco, who
Our
is helping
director.
us a lot, and that's very cool. So
Thank you so
Francesco.
much. Yeah. So, thank you, whoever tuned in to this week.
And our entire team as well, because we have Masood, always there to help. We have also our script / a lot of things, Sahid.
Yes.
And of course, your true servants, Bluehead and Little Frenchie.
Hey.
So
yeah.
thank you to you all, and
Thank you
we
to
will
you all.
talk to
We
you
will
next
talk
week.
to you next
Yeah.
week, Wednesday, at 3.
At 3, absolutely.
So don't forget to
Follow,
check out our social media. So we
yeah.
are all over the place.
Like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify even.
Yes.
And yeah, so do not hesitate to follow whenever you can.
Bye bye.
Done!
This is Out the Cast on Roma Tre Radio.